just think, I've been surrounded by great coaching, great people. I think definitely been good for this spot.
And out of all your skill sets, what do you think is the most transferable to the NBA?
I think my mind, for sure.
What's
Can you elaborate on
something
that?
that's
I just think my feel for the game is elite. My competitiveness, my will to win. I think those are the biggest things that I translate for sure.
what do you think is something NBA organizations, NBA fans need to know? What is Cam Boozer going to bring to the team?
Competitiveness, the will to win. I think what I do every day, show up, do the right things. I think that's something that it kind of just affects people, and once one person starts doing it, everyone starts doing it, especially if it's the best player doing it. So, that's something for sure.
What's the advice or advice your dad ever gave you in your life?
Best advice is be in the moment, stay present, be where my feet are, stuff like that.
What's your motivation every day?
What's what?
Motivation?
Just my love for the game. I just love playing basketball. I want to be great at it. That's my motivation.
Thank you so
Cam,
much.
we've seen different comparisons to NBA players. Do you have an NBA comp, would you say? And is there any player that you look up to or try to steal moves from, study the game?
Yeah, there's a bunch of players I try to steal moves from. There's guys I watch. I would say a bunch of guys like Paulo, Tatum, Cade, Giannis, Laurie. I don't think I would say there's one person I necessarily play like, or specifically you could say these two guys are the same, but there's a bunch of guys I steal things from for sure.
You guys played Michigan and DC and COA. What were your impressions about that Wizards locker room?
I think it was brand new. They have a great locker room. Everything's like white in there, so it was super nice for sure.
Have you met with the Grizzlies, and if so, what were your impressions from that meeting?
Yeah, I met with them. My impressions were that they got a good group of staff, a good front office. Their mind's in the right place in terms of what their future's going to look like and things like that. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty good meeting.
How do you think you would fit in with a big center like Zach Edey?
For me, I think our team here at Duke played our best basketball when we had Pat in the court. For me, I think playing with the big next to me is maximizing the game the most for sure.
That same question about the Bulls. Did you have any contact with them? What was that meeting like yourself?
Yeah, I met with them. It was good. It was very just kind of conversational. So a lot of good vibes from there as well.
What kind of impact did Carlos have on you in terms of your basketball upbringing and just kind of all the things he taught you over the years?
I think the biggest thing is just having the right people around me. When you've had someone who's been through it, who's been through the ups and downs, of people trying to get into their corner for bad things, whatever it might be. I think just having someone who's been through all of that, and I think it helps you for sure.
Did he tell you
stories
anything?
has he shared with you to prepare you for the NBA?
I wouldn't say necessarily any stories, just telling me to be myself, keep being me, keep keeping the main thing. So.
How would you feel about you ending up with the Bulls?
So what?
How would your dad feel? Like, have you guys talked about the possibility of
How my
going to
dad
Chicago?
feel?
Yeah.
we were here. He was like, man, if you were to play in the city, it would be great just because, he played here, he loves it here. I think he has a very strong fan base here as well. I think he's very happy if I was at the time in Chicago. So.
Cam, how would you say your time at Duke has helped you with your transition to the NBA, or help prepare you, I should say?
It's prepared me a lot. First and foremost, being on the biggest stage, playing the best competition, and then also the brand at Duke, the biggest brand in college basketball. I think when you're in that spotlight all the time, it prepares you for the social media and NBA, which obviously is on another level. But I just think overall, the whole experience at Duke is run like a professional team. So I'd say it definitely prepared me.
Cam, you grew up playing multiple sports, baseball, basketball. Tell me about your time playing hockey.
Yeah, so when I was younger, when my dad would play for the Bulls, he went to a Blackhawks game, and we just really enjoyed that experience, and we wanted to try it, so we played for about a year or two. So
What position?
I don't even remember, honestly.
I think your brother was a goalie.
Yeah, he was, my older brother.
Your older brother was a goalie, and then you and Caden. Who hated it the most?
Caden, for sure, yeah.
Rate your skating ability.
For the time, I'll give myself like an 8, 9. Yeah.
So a lot of questions about you and your dad. How important is carving your own identity and your own path? How do you think about that?
Yeah, it's huge. I feel like up to this point, I've carved my own path. People You know, I get called by my own name now, which for a long time it wasn't like that. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Having a dad who's had the career he had, I think it's special. I think it's something you need to embrace. I think it's great for our family. But at the same time, as a competitor, someone you want to be, someone who does something at the highest level, you also want your own story. So, but I think so far I've been carving out my own story.
Cam, you consistently hear this is a deep draft, but you also consistently hear it's a 4-player draft. Obviously, all 4 of you guys know each other, probably have a little bit of a friendly rivalry. I mean, how competitive is it in terms of where you guys slot 1 through 4?
Yeah, I mean, you've heard some other people talk about it. For me, whether I go 1, 2, 3, 4, or even lower than that, for me, it's just about going to the right fit, the right situation for me. An organization that really believes in me and understands what I bring to the team and to an organization. So I understand like where you go really matters for your career and how your trajectory goes. So that's the biggest thing for me, for sure.
You ended up at Memphis. You beat teammates with Cedric Howard. You guys were almost teammates last year at Duke before you stayed in the draft. Did you get a chance to meet him at all in that process?
I didn't meet him in person, but we had conversations before he committed to Duke. But I mean, Cedric's a great dude. He had a great rookie season, so if I had the opportunity to play with him, that'd obviously be amazing.
Have you spoken with the Wizards? And if so, what are your impressions of how you would fit them?
Yeah, I spoke with them today. I mean, I think I fit well there. Their vision, their plan for their future. Obviously, DC is a great city, so we had a good conversation for sure.
And what are you trying to show teams here this week?
I don't think I'm necessarily trying to show anything. I'm just trying to be myself. I feel like the right team will want me for who I am and for my values, so it's not necessarily trying to show anything.
Sorry if you asked this before. What would it mean to you and your family if you did end up with the Bulls here in Chicago?
I mean, it would be nice to play for a city that my dad played for. Obviously, Chicago is another great city, so I think it would be nice.
Who are you away from the game?
Said what?
Who are you away from the game of basketball?
I'm just a chill guy. You know, when you get to know me, my personality shows more, but I just like to chill, play golf, spend time with my girl, so I would consider myself just a chill guy.
Play golf. How good are you at golf?
I'm terrible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Better skater or golfer?
When I was younger, probably skater. Now, probably golfer.
What's the motivation for playing golf if you're terrible?
I mean, I think it's just really fun. I think once you start playing, you get into it, you kind of you get an itch to go play. I think also because it's challenging, you always constantly want to be better at it, and then you have a great day. You feel good, you go out, and the next day you might be terrible, especially for us, pretty terrible golfers. So, I think it's just a fun thing. You get out of nature, it's challenging. So I think it's just a great sport to get into.
And I did want to go back to where you talked about carving out your own story. I mean, what kind of identity are you hoping to build in the league?
I mean, I want to be someone who's seen as a winner, a competitor, but I also want to be seen as someone who does great things off the court as well. So I want my legacy to be more than just on the court, which obviously I'm trying to work towards that. I'm not really sure where my vision or plan is for that right now, but I definitely want to be seen as someone who's a competitor and a winner.
Cam, you were the most successful high school player in recent history, the College Player of the Year, and a lot of